Hey, my lovely Serene Dream here, back with another pick a card reading. And today's requested topic is what was their last relationship like? And this reading is general, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. So take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. There's a new upload every Sunday and Wednesday. If you would like to check out your monthly Zodiac readings, general forecast for the rest of the year, love forecast for the rest of the year, or finance forecast for the rest of the year, you can do so at the Vimeo links below in the description box. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to my website can be found below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for guidance. And on the screen are 3 past images. Go ahead and make your selection. If you need more time, you can pause the video. But we're going to get started for those who chose past number 1. Give me a moment to timestamp. Okay, so for those who chose past number 1, what was your person's last relationship like? The first thing I'm getting is dominating. I feel like they had a person who, I feel like their ex went along with whatever they wanted in order to avoid upsetting them. I don't feel like they had, I feel like their partner was not challenging at all. I don't feel like the partner enriched their lives in any way. Neither do I feel like the partner complicated their lives in any way. It's just like the person was there. I'm almost getting like a prop, but I'm not really getting that it was a fake relationship. I just get that this is the kind of person who just maybe wanted a partner and that person was around, or maybe the person was attractive, or maybe they thought this person was easy, in a sense of like I said, not challenging, and it like they just wanted someone and this person fits the bill, they're good enough type of thing. I feel like that's what their last partner was like. Yeah, I'm hearing like the brains of the operation. I feel like your person was definitely the more dominant one in the, I won't say more. I feel like your person was completely dominant in the relationship, and what they said went. Like what they say goes as far as like how they were in the past relationship. I can't say they're like that with you or they're going to be like that with you, but this person could have not valued the opinions or the mind of their ex, because it's like they had this mindset that they knew better all the time. So if it ever came down to a decision that needed to be made within the relationship, if they lived, this person was married, this person maybe within the household, within the marriage or whatever, it's like your person was the one to make those decisions. But I also get an energy that your person, I mean, not your person, but I feel like their ex, I feel like they kind of operated in a ditzy way. So maybe your person stepped up in that way because like the person, their ex was like, I'm hearing harebrained, and I don't even use that word, but they could have looked at their ex as a harebrained person. So because of that, they may have felt like they needed to step up and make decisions for them, for the household, for the relationship, because their ex wasn't that bright. They could have really only got with this person because they looked the part. Like they could have chosen this person because they have a certain look that maybe, I don't know, it's like image. I keep getting that energy. Like they got with this person for image sake, not for anything else. So their ex just looked good to them, and I feel like it was more so, I don't know, I'm getting this energy like they got with this person more so to like impress others. Cause I'm honestly getting like their ex may have not even been all that to them. Like they may not have even thought their ex to be like this extra fine, beautiful, gorgeous, handsome person. But it's like they had, maybe to other people they were like drop dead gorgeous or extremely handsome or whatever. And so it's like they chose them based on how other people view them. I don't know. I feel like your person, they could have gotten with this person when they were young. That could be why they had that mindset. It's like they didn't know what to look for. So they went with what impressed other people because they wanted to be impressive to others. I feel like this is a very young mind that these thoughts are coming from. So, however old your person is, I feel like their ex was someone they got with when they were really young. Regardless of how long, it could be that this person was with this ex for a very long time, or it could be that your person has not been in an actual relationship for a very long time, and this was the last relationship, like official relationship they had, and it was at a very young age. So it's like this person, your person hadn't even come into themselves yet to know what it is they seek in a partner when they got with this person. So that's how they ended up with this person who didn't really do it for them, but it was like they looked good, to other people. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess. It's just like it was easy. It wasn't something, like I said, this person didn't challenge them. This person didn't enhance their lives in any way, but they didn't challenge them either. So it's like maybe your person had other focus. Like your focus was elsewhere. Like maybe they were concentrated on doing other things in their lives and they just wanted to have someone to call their own whenever it was convenient for them. And I feel like that was like one of the appeals, like an appealing factor for choosing this person, because maybe this person didn't get in the way of whatever their pursuits were. It's like when your person wanted them to come, they came. When your person called them, they answered. When your person needed them to show up or come through in some way, this person did. It's like when they said jump, this person was like, how high? I just get that. They didn't really give any, they just did whatever your person said. And I just feel like at the time, your person felt like that was convenient because they had their mind on other pursuits. I don't really get it was about like pursuing other people. I feel like your person could have been at the time like very focused on career or just like life as a whole, outside of relationships, love relationships. It's like they were trying to build themselves in some way and they chose this person because they weren't complicated. They didn't get in their way of their pursuits. And it's like before they knew it, time passed. Because I feel like, regardless of whether this is an ex from a long time ago or a recent ex, I feel like this relationship lasted for quite a while. But I'm hearing time slipping by. So I feel like they didn't stay together because it was like, oh, this deeply passionate relationship that they were just loving each other so much and couldn't let each other go. It's like they got really comfortable and your person got really comfortable with the way this person just did whatever they said and just, came through whenever they wanted or needed them. They love the convenience of this ex, and I feel like they got so comfortable in that they, it's like before they knew it, time continued to pass and they were together with this person for years. Maybe they didn't even intend for the relationship to go that long, but it's like it just time slipped by. So yeah, again, I don't feel like this is a long relationship for the sake of like being in love and passionate. It just was together. They were together for a long time out of convenience. Like it was like, oh well, oh shoot, we've been together for 2 years. Oh shoot, we've been together for 7 years. And I don't even feel like the relationship progressed at all. Like I know I picked up that they could have been possibly married to this person. If they did, I feel like the marriage was really shallow. Like it didn't really operate like a traditional marriage. Not in a way that, is progressive, but just in a way of like, it didn't operate like a traditional marriage in a way of there's no love match. It was no sharing of ideas and sharing of feelings. This couple may have not even communicated a lot. Like I just get this ex of theirs was really just someone who was around whenever that was convenient for this person. It's almost like when your person wanted to have sex or something, they loved having like in-house sex. It's like someone to just come home to and have sex when they wanted. But when they wanted to go off and do other things, or they needed to go off and do other things, like this person, if they told them to stay, I don't know. It's like this person, it's gonna sound really bad, but I feel like your person may have treated their ex like a pet, like They trained them to their liking. This person already didn't have, their ex may have not had much self esteem to begin with. And I feel like your ex could have molded them to just be like appeasing to them. So it's like, because I'm getting this energy of them saying, like, stay. Like, if they go somewhere and they don't want them to go, to like, stay here, I'm going by myself. And they don't ask any questions. If they tell them that, like, all of a sudden, just at the last minute, to drop everything and come to them, this person will their ex will pick up and come to them like a pet, like when you would throw a frisbee and be like, fetch, or like when you tell them stay, roll over. I just feel like they had that kind of energy with this ex. But I almost feel like, again, it's like they got with this person so young, but didn't have an understanding of what it is they should be looking for. The person they got with had really low self-esteem. And I feel like they just kind of they took advantage of that. I'm not even going to front. Like, that's really what I'm getting. They took advantage of this ex's low self-esteem. But at the same time, it's like they realized in doing that this is not what they wanted for their lives. So the relationship as a whole was just really boring. It was like just two bodies together physically, but not emotional. Like, there was no emotional connection. The ex may have felt like they were deeply in love with your person, but I don't feel like your person shared those feelings for them. I don't feel like your person ever fell in love with them, regardless of how long they were together, regardless of whether it progressed to marriage. Even if they had kids, I'm not really picking up kids here, but it's possible they could have had a child with this person. But I feel like your person never fell in love with them, regardless of what the circumstances were between them. And I feel like they just kind of drifted apart, not because the ex wanted to, but I feel like your person just got really bored. Like, your person was like deeply dissatisfied. It's like they took advantage of how available this person was initially, but over time they realized, like, I really don't want this. It's like it took a sense of them maturing for them to see, like, this is not the type of person I want to be with. And I don't even want to be with somebody who views themselves like that, who would just do everything I say just because I say it, not because it's right. It's like this person realized through this relationship, they want somebody with more of a mind of their own. I'm getting Coming to America, the beginning scene where he's like about to marry, his parents are trying to marry him off to some princess, and he's like asking her, like, what are you into? And she's like, whatever you're into. It's like, what do you like? Whatever you like. I feel like that's what their ex was. Their ex was like that character. And like when he told them, like Eddie Murphy's character in that movie was like, bark like, it was like hop on one leg, and she went hopping. It's like bark like a dog while hopping on one leg, and she did it. It's like there was no question. That's how their ex performed. And like at first it was, in a sense, like I said, they enjoyed having that kind of power because they were young, and like in some way maybe they may have even suffered with self-esteem issues. But it's like as they grew up, as they matured, they were like, I don't like this at all. And they wanted to break the mold of having that kind of person. So this relationship severed as a result of your person maturing. I feel like their ex is still that way, regardless of them being apart for however long. If their ex is in a new relationship, I feel like the ex behaves that same way with this new person. I don't know. So I don't really feel like this is a result of your person abusing them or like breaking them down in a way to make their self-esteem so low. I feel like their ex came into the relationship that way and they just never evolved. And the whole doing whatever their person says and being dominated, like I said, I don't feel like that was exclusive to your person. I feel like they're that way with everybody they're with because of how they feel about themselves. I feel like the only thing your person was guilty of was taking advantage of that for their own benefit in a sense of they didn't try to encourage the person to have more self esteem. But I don't feel like they broke down this person's self esteem. I feel like this person came to them that way. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on to those who chose past image number 2. Give me a moment to timestamp. Okay, so for those who chose past image number 2, what was your person's last relationship like? The first thing I'm hearing is kids. This could have been someone who stayed, your person could have stayed in a relationship or like got, I don't know, I'm picking up something odd here. Your person could have, your person and their ex, it could have been like a jump off situation. Like they were just sex buddies, they were just sleeping together and they got pregnant. And then as a result of the pregnancy, it's like they explored a relationship. I'm hearing, but they were never good together. So it's like a very much an energy I'm picking up of like they were together for the kids. If it's just one kid, I feel like they were together for because they shared children. And I feel like if they never shared children, they would have never been involved in this kind of way. I feel like they were not, if children never came to the equation, I feel like they would have slept, like been, bed buddies for a little while and just completely disappeared out of each other's lives. But then pregnancy happened. It could have even been like a one night stand, like somebody got pregnant off the first time they, had this arrangement or indulged in this kind of arrangement. It could have been a situation somebody picked up someone from the club, drunken night, slept together, got pregnant. And it was, I feel like your person, whoever the masculine is in this situation, I feel like he wanted to do right by the child. So he thought, okay, let's try to have a relationship and see what we can do. And that's how this relationship was born. Because a pregnancy came, an unexpected pregnancy happened. That's what I get. I'm getting 27. That could have been the age that they became a father or a mother. But I keep getting like, yeah, they were never good together. And I feel like they both, just give me a moment, because this man, he gets like really close with his grass cutting and it really irritates me and messes up. I'm just trying to wait till he moves a little bit, because whenever it gets a little bit too loud, I just can't think straight. Okay, so I feel like these two people knew that they just didn't work. They gave it a try for the sake of the child. I feel like it's one child. I don't feel like these people had multiple children together, unless it was twins, but I definitely feel like it was one pregnancy. And it's like they just tried it out for the sake of the kids. But I feel like the whole time they were together, they could have been together like maybe a year or two max. I don't feel like they were together that long of a time because they really did not work. I feel like these two argued like cats and dogs. I feel like it was not a healthy environment for the children, and that could have been why they decided to part ways, because the kids, or the kids started to get older, become a toddler. They're walking and they're just like, we're arguing, and like the child is right there. What's coming to me is Klaus and not Vampire Diaries, the originals, Haley. Klaus and Haley, when they were arguing, they had that child together from a one night stand, and the baby started walking, like they were arguing, going back and forth, just being very verbally violent with each other. And they turned around and realized that the child was staring at them arguing, and it was like they had this realization, like, what are we doing? Like, why are we, like, we have this child, she's watching us. I feel like there was a moment similar to that occurred with these two. Like the child was looking at them and they realize that the child has some sort of a, like, was coming into some sort of awareness, and they realize that they don't want to pass on that trauma to their child, so they decided to end, like, they realized that they were better off co-parenting and having, separate lives. But yeah, I feel like they tried it for like a year or two. I honestly feel like neither of these people really count this as like a serious relationship, because again, they have an understanding that this would not have even been a relationship if the child did not come about. And so I feel like when your person talks to you about this ex, they're gonna be like, yeah, my baby mama or my baby daddy, like, we were just horrible. We would argue all the time. We couldn't get along for nothing. We disagreed on every single thing, down to the condiments you put on the sandwich, and I just don't, like, we just decided that it just don't work out. Like, we cool now. I feel like they have a really great co-parenting relationship now as a result of them breaking up. But I feel like it took them breaking up to have that. When they were together, they were very toxic. They argued night and day. I feel like the only thing they had going for them in this relationship was great sex. I do feel like they had a really amazing sex, and it could have been from the passionate arguing, like the passionate energy from the arguing all the time. So whenever they would argue, it's like they would have a lot of, I guess you would say, hate sex. And that would be great. But beyond that, it's like they realize that they can't sustain a relationship off sex alone. Yeah, I don't feel like there's no bad blood here. I feel like these two people have been separated for at least the last 4 years. Like, they have not been together within the past 4 years. Because I'm getting that they could have separated when the child was around 2 or 3 years old, and the child is maybe somewhere around 6 or 7 years old now. Because, like, I'm seeing them together when the child is like a fresh toddler, and then like ending the relationship then, and then I'm seeing them like having a great co-parenting relationship, and the child is like school age. I would say like first, second grade, if you're in America, because that's how whatever the equivalent would be for that in any other country, because I don't know every other country's school system and how their grades are set up. But yeah, I feel like it's like they could laugh about a lot of the stuff they went through now. They could have also experienced all of this very young, like very early 20s, and them being a little older now, a little bit more established, more aware of themselves. Like, again, it's like they can laugh about their past together. I don't feel like they have any they don't have any bad blood. Neither do I feel like they have any, like, I don't feel like anyone's hung up on the other. So I don't, if you are dealing with this person, I know like there's like a typical worry about whether a baby mama is going to be a problem. I don't feel like this one is. I feel like this woman is completely over your ex. Like, she knows they're better off friends, and I feel like she roots for him to be happy. And I feel like he does the same for her. Like, they wish each other well, genuinely. They are genuinely friends. No like sexual chemistry at all. That's over and done with. Because again, this is a relationship that would not have even been if it had not been for this child they share. I feel like the man here takes very good care of the baby mama and the child. So I feel like he pays his child support. And if he doesn't have like an official court order for child support, like, he gives her adequate money to take care of the child. So he's not a deadbeat at all. I feel like the baby mama has no complaints about how this man takes care of his child. I feel like he also shows up physically. Like, he possibly takes a child every weekend or something like that. Like, they have some sort of arrangement, and it works really well for them. I don't feel like your person is a deadbeat at all in any way, not financially or physically. I feel like the child is very attached to both of their parents. But because they broke up so young, I don't feel like this child has any hangups or any dreams or wishes about their parents getting together, and having one big happy family. I don't feel like the child has any thoughts about that either, because it's like most of for the time that they've been conscious in their lives, their parents have not been together. So for them, it's perfectly normal for their parents not to be together. I feel like if you were to be with this person and like maybe move into an official step parent role, I feel like the mother in this equation, she'll be completely supportive of that. Like you could join this co-parenting relationship with ease. I feel like you will fall in love with the child because they're very well behaved and they would really take to you. I feel like it's a little girl for most of them. I mean, it could be a boy for some, but I'm picking up like little girl energy. But yeah, I just feel like this is a very this is an ex that they have no bad blood with. It's a relationship that's they look back like it's a joke now, like we shouldn't have even been dating in the first place, but we tried for the sake of the baby. Um yeah, I just get like it's nothing negative here. It was a relationship that should not have been. It was toxic, but it's because they weren't compatible. Not on, like I said, the only thing they probably shared that was decent was the sex, but outside of that, it wasn't enough. I don't feel like your person's ex would have anything bad to say about them. Like if you were to speak to them about the ex, they're like, we just didn't get along, but they're great, and they have all these great qualities, whatever. They just aren't, we just didn't work out. Yeah, no bad blood here. I feel like they still communicate, of course, because they have to for the child, but it's no like hang ups, it's no like bad blood. There nobody's pining for the other secretly. They are great friends with a great co-parenting relationship. So again, if you're worried about like the whole baby mama, baby daddy drama, I don't feel like you're gonna detect that or find that here. I feel like you can date this person with ease without that kind of interference or worry. Okay? So we're going to move on to those who chose past image number 3. Give me a moment to timestamp. Okay, so for those who chose past image number 3, what was your person's last relationship like? I feel like they have the type of relationship that many people would call goals. Yeah, I'm definitely getting like your person and their ex portrayed an image to people that made them believe in love. Many people could have even said that they were the example of true love, real love. But I feel like there was a mismatch between like the image they projected and what they actually were. It's like what they actually were missed the mark of what people thought they were together. So I would say with this group, like your person and their ex, like they look like they were happy and a perfect couple, that loved each other and all, but I feel like they had a whole lot of hidden stuff. A whole lot of things people didn't know, a lot of things they didn't show. I mean, of course, everybody has their private lives, but I definitely get like whatever they portrayed their relationship to be, it was the complete opposite behind closed doors. I feel like they thrived on the image. They could have, your person and the ex could have, well, your person could be, it can go either way. I feel like your person and their ex was in the spotlight. They had a platform of sorts. So maybe that was a part of their brand, was for them to portray this image of being like this happy, couple that's filled with true love. So it's like they sold that because people bought into it, and somehow it may have like helped to boost their platform. Yeah, it made them money in a sense. They could have been one of those couples that, have like those influencer couples. I'm picking that here. I'm picking that up here for somebody. Your person could have been in a relationship with an influencer. They could be an influencer themselves. It's either somebody, okay, either these two people built an influencer brand together, or one person in this relationship has some sort of platform and the other came in as like their plus one and became a part of this person's image. So I feel like they have, like, their ex is very connected, was very connected to their image. If your person is the one with the platform, it's like people know, like their fans, possibly if they have a platform, would know them to be with this person. Like that was it was a very like public relationship that they sort of like, again, built their brand off of. Or like I said, it could be a couple that built this brand together. But now that they aren't together anymore, I feel like your person is having to rework some things on how it is it's like they're trying to decide how they're going to, like, what, like, okay, how can I explain this? Because I don't want to explain it as if like your person is a fake, because they're not. I'm not picking that up. But it's like they're trying to decide who they want to be to the public. If that's what I'm kind of getting. Because I feel like your person is very private. Like, privacy is very important to them, but they understand that they have to give something of themselves to the public, and they're trying to decide like what they want to share now that they don't have this relationship. Because when they were in the relationship, it was like that's what they didn't mind sharing. Like, oh, I can make these little cute little posts with my significant other and people will buy into it, and I can get engagement on my pages and stuff like that. And then I feel like now that they're not in that relationship no more, they're trying to figure out like what they want their brand to be, or what their brand could be that could still make them money. So it's like they're trying to figure out like what part of themselves to share without opening themselves up entirely, because again, they're very big on privacy. So I feel like your person is kind of like, they've kind of withdrawn to work on their rebranding. That's what I get. If you're with this person already, I feel like you and them are building your relationship privately. I feel like with you, they're not gonna want to do what they did with their ex with you. I feel like they're gonna want to approach this relationship a completely different way. It's like, I don't know, it's like I'm getting that they value you a lot. So it's like they don't want to share you too much. It's like when I mentioned that this person's very private, like they value their privacy. They keep things that they really love really close to their chest. And when I was picking up earlier that the image that them and their ex projected was completely different than who they were behind closed doors, it could be that, they projected this image of being really in love, but behind closed doors, they really were not. Because what I'm sensing with you is that if you're dating this person, or whenever you date them, I get that they're gonna want to keep you close to their chest. Not that they'll hide you where people wouldn't even know that you're together, but I get that they wouldn't want to post you as much. They wouldn't want to put your relationship on Front Street as much as they did with their ex, because they value you too much in the relationship you have. And it's like they understand the public pressure that comes with putting your relationship out there, and they wouldn't want to chance it. Like they wouldn't want to risk losing you or like messing up what you have. So I feel like if you are with this person already, you're building privately. I feel like people may not even know you're together right now, because again, your person is trying to determine how they're going to rebrand now that they're not with their ex anymore. They're trying to decide like what image they're going to project, like what part of themselves they're going to share. They feel like you are off, like what they have with you is off limits. They're not using that as a branding. It's like whatever moments they share between the two of you in the future, it's just going to be like genuine moments, not because they're trying to sell anything. And I feel like the sudden quiet, I feel like this person feels very at ease with you. Like it's like you calm them down. I feel like they could have been a person who was very much on edge all the time in their last relationship. I feel like their ex could have been someone who was like constantly criticizing them, or I feel like their ex is constantly putting them on edge in some way somehow. I don't know, like it could be that their ex was nitpicking them all the time, or like putting a lot of pressure on them. You know, maybe with the whole branding image thing, they were trying to, the ex could have been the one like, we have to post this and we have to do this and we have to say this. And it's like, your person could have even, the whole branding as a couple idea could have even been the ex's idea and not your person's. So it's like your person went along with it, but I feel like it wasn't really something they were ever comfortable doing to begin with. But it's like when they saw it was working and it was something that the ex wanted to do, they were like, okay. But I feel like now that they have you, it's like they don't want to do that because it's not. I don't feel like they ever wanted to do it. Really, that wasn't really their thing. This person enjoys keeping their private life private. I feel like this person is like, they're wanting to do things completely opposite of how they operated in their last relationship. It's like they want to be more private this time around. I feel like they want to be more emotionally invested this time around because I feel like they weren't really that emotionally invested with their ex. I feel like there are it's like they have a ton of dreams that have gone unexplored that they now want to explore with you. There was like a limitation in their last relationship. There were a lot of things that they did not do, did not share with their ex. I don't know if it was out of like choices, like a choice that they were consciously making to withhold, or it was like circumstances prevented them from doing certain things. I'm honestly getting the message like the way the person that their ex was, or maybe even still is, it didn't allow them to express in certain ways. Um, the ex could have been kind of controlling. Because I get like, if your person had an idea or something they wanted to do, if the ex wasn't cool with it, it's like they would shut it down and be like, no, we're not doing that, you know, or no, you're not wearing that. Um, and I feel like it, in a sense, like quieted your person. Like they just felt like they couldn't express themselves. So now that they're not in that relationship no more, it's like they have all these unexplored things inside of them they now want to explore with you. Because I'm hearing you're more compatible. Them and their ex could have looked good together. I feel like that them and their person could have looked compatible, but they weren't compatible. Like actually when it came down to like who they were as people, they were complete opposites and not in a complimentary way. But I feel like they were aesthetically pleasing, like they looked good together again to people who would see them together like, oh, they're such a beautiful couple. And like physically they were a beautiful couple, but I feel like behind closed doors, just who they were as people, it was so opposite of that. And so I get the sense that your person, they felt very stifled, that they couldn't fully be themselves with their ex. They didn't have, I don't want to say that your person completely didn't like have a voice because I don't really get that. But I get the sense that they just felt like it really wasn't up to them on like how the relationship operated because the ex, it was all about the ex being pleased. And your person now feels very free. So I feel like they don't have any regrets about the ending of that relationship because I feel like they feel more free than they've ever felt in a very long time. The one thing that they learned from the past relationship is that they never want to be with somebody like that again. They never want to be with somebody who is not compatible with them, because I feel like they were very incompatible with this ex. Like I said, they projected like they were very compatible. They look good together, but the way their ex thought, the things that their ex desired, it just didn't line up with who they were. I'm hearing like the basic principles, morals. I feel like all those things were very misaligned between the two. And it left so much to be desired on your person's end when it came to, like, when I say that, I mean like it's so many things that they wished they had in a partner that they were not getting with their ex. Their ex left much to be desired. I feel like the ex was in a way trying to mold your person like a doll in a sense, like mold them to their liking, and like that was good enough for them. So I feel like in this, okay, this ex I'm getting was very controlling. So to them, the ex, they feel like this relationship was great. But to your person, the relationship was ass, basically. It was horrible. And they're so happy to be out of it. I feel like the ex could be still hung up on your person because they miss having that control over somebody. I don't feel like they've quite met a person that they could control in that way. It's like, I don't know. This ex has a lot of standards with very little to offer in return. So it's like the ex wanted so much, but they offered so little. And I feel like your person had a lot to offer. So even if they built a brand together, your person could have been like the star of the couple branding. Your person could have been the one who had like the talent or something that people like tuned into, or had the certain look, like to say they look good together, but your person could have been like the standout. And if this was a situation like your person had a platform and this person came in as a plus one, then that would explain like why your person has so much more to offer. And this person that came in as the plus one, the ex, they didn't have as much to offer. They could have not had, as much, like they just weren't captivating. They weren't, even if they tried to build a brand, I feel like they nothing ever stuck. Like if they tried to build anything independent of your person, I don't feel like anything ever really stood out because they didn't have any standout qualities. I feel like the ex only stood out as a result of your person. I feel like your person has a very special energy, could even be a very special blessing or calling on their lives. And I feel like the ex was in a way like milking that. Like they were soaking that up and like thriving in it. So everything that the ex got, like the boost in profile or whatever, it was the result of the blessing or calling that your person has on their life. But now that they're no longer together, I feel like the ex may be struggling to figure out, like, it's like they're looking around and searching like, where did it go? Because they could have even mistaken, the ex could have mistaken your person's energy as their own. So when they have all these amazing things going on and people tuning in and caring and all this great stuff, they could have thought like, oh great, I'm amazing. It's like they fooled themselves into believing that they were equal, or they were the star. But now this is over, they're seeing that it's like they're looking around for that light and it's gone. Like the spotlight disappeared. That's what I'm getting, that visual. It's like a spotlight was on the ex as a result of the light that was spilling off of your person. And then the breakup happened and it's like it's gone dark. And the ex is looking around like, where did the light go? Where did the fanfare go? Where did it's like they could even be trying to build a brand now on their own and it's just not working. They don't have that momentum anymore because they're no longer attached to your person. So they miss your person, but I don't feel like your person misses them. Your person feels very free. now that they're not with them. Like I said, they feel like they have so much untapped potential and so many desires and things that have gone unexplored in all the time that they were with them, that they are now looking forward to exploring with you. And again, they're telling themselves they never want to be with somebody that they're not compatible with anymore, that they don't feel deeply emotionally connected to. This person now, your person now understands how important emotional connection is, how important emotional compatibility, spiritual compatibility, mental compatibility, physical, like compatibility on every level. They're understanding how important compatibility is. And they learned that through what they didn't get out of the last relationship. So now I feel like they're finding that with you, or if you're not with this person yet, they're about to have that with you, and it's going to feel like a dream come true, and it's just going to further push them into understanding that they should have, like, they don't miss anything about that past relationship. But I just get like the ex is missing them. So don't be surprised if the ex starts to like throw stones at your relationship. Like, you might have, the ex might still have somewhat of a platform, and if you are now joining this person who is in the spotlight of sorts, the ex might be using their little platform to throw stones at your relationship because they're hating. They miss having, it's like they feel like they hate that you're now in their spot. But the difference, well, I don't know if it's not their spot. They feel like that's how they feel. They feel like you are in their place, that you are in the spot that they belong in, and they don't like that. So they're going to throw stones. But I feel like the difference between you and this ex is that you have your own light. So if anything, I feel like whatever your person is bringing to the relationship, you bring your own. It's like you bring your own bag. Even if it's not like a literal bag of money, it's like you bring, like you have a value. You bring a value to the relationship as well. So if anything, I feel like being with you is going to help to boost this person as well as them boosting you. It's like you're going to boost each other, career wise, spiritually. Like, you're going to be looking better, you're going to feel better, you're probably going to accumulate more together as a couple than you've accumulated with anybody you've been with in the past. It's like this is the relationship you all have been waiting for. But yeah, so that's what I got. Okay, so that's about all I have for you all for this pick a card reading. I hope it was helpful and enjoyable. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. There's a new upload every Sunday and Wednesday. If you would like to check out your monthly Zodiac readings, general forecast for the rest of the year, love forecast for the rest of the year, or finance forecast for the rest of the year, you can do so at the Vimeo links below in the description box. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to my website can be found below as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for guidance, and I'll be back for more readings, lovelies. Bye.